In this video, we're going to take a look at mixed expressions and complex fractions. And so we're going to take a look at this problem individually. So we'll look at the numerator, and then we'll look at the denominator, and then we'll look at dividing those two. So let's start with our numerator. We have this mixed expression here. So we have x plus 5, which is almost like a whole number, and then a fraction. So we need to get a common denominator with x plus 5 and 3 over x plus 1. So if we have x plus 5 over 1 plus 3 over x plus 1, we're looking for a common denominator between 1 and x plus 1, which is x plus 1. So we say this fraction here is missing x plus 1, so we need to multiply it by an equivalent of 1. So x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. And now what we need to do here is distribute, FOIL it out, distributing it through. Okay, and so we get x squared plus 5x plus 1x plus 5. And then we still have this plus 3 on the end of this, all over our common denominator of x plus 1. Okay, let's simplify that down. We'll combine like terms. So we have a positive 5x and a positive 1x, which is 6x. And so we have x squared plus 6x plus, and then we look at positive 5, positive 3 is a positive 8. So we have on the top x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay, now let's take a look at our denominator. Again, we have x minus 1 over 1 minus 3 over x plus 1. And so we look for our common denominator, and we see that it is x plus 1, because x plus 1 times 1 is x plus 1. And then multiply this fraction, x minus 1 over 1, by x plus 1 over x plus 1 in order to get that common denominator. And so when we FOIL this out, okay, we get x squared minus 1x plus 1x minus 1. And this is all over x plus 1. And then we have, let's not forget this minus 3 that's here, which is right here. Okay, now we need to combine like terms, and we see that a minus 1x plus 1x is just 0x. And then we have x squared minus 4 over x plus 1. All right, so now we look and we see that we have in our numerator, we have x squared plus 6x plus 8 over x plus 1 divided by x squared minus 4 over x plus 1. Now really all this says, I'm going to rewrite this so you can see it a little bit differently, but you see that you have x squared plus 6x plus 8 divided by x plus 1 divided by x squared minus 4 over x plus 1. Now what you'll notice is that we have, when you divide by a fraction, it's the same as multiplying by the reciprocal of the second one. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 8 over x plus 1, that hasn't changed, multiplied by, okay, so we're going to reciprocate this, or flip this over, x plus 1 over x squared minus 4. Now we're in the spot where we need to start factoring this thing. So x plus 1 in our denominator here is already factored. Our x plus 1 up here is already factored. We see that in our numerator we have a trinomial, so we find our factors of 8, x squared, that will give us a 6x, and so we have 2x and 4x. When we add those together we get 6x. And we actually know we have a trick here. When we have a coefficient of 1, we can just take this 2 and this 4, and we're left with x plus 2, x plus 4. So that's kind of a shortcut for you, but only if the coefficient, the number out in front of our x squared term, is 1. Okay, so in this fraction we have x plus 2 times x plus 4 over x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 1 over, we see that x squared minus 4 is a difference of squares. So we have x plus 2, x minus 2. We're almost done. So now we need to finish it off by canceling out common factors. So we see we have an x plus 2 and an x plus 2. We have an x plus 1 and we have an x plus 1. And so what we're left with is x plus 4 on the top in our numerator and x minus 2 in our denominator. And so with that, we've simplified it down as much as we can. And so hopefully this helped you. If it did, go ahead and like my video. You can take a look at some of the other videos that I have posted. And thanks for watching.